Okay, I've asked you to download the file, which I uploaded in there in the chat board. Have you seen it? So it's a new manual. And last time I remember I asked all of you to create your own respective email accounts, test email accounts, right? So did you create test email accounts? If you did not create your test email accounts, then we have to use your own personal accounts. Okay? So you have to create at least one test account, as I have told you last time when we did a discussion. And I asked all of you to create your own test account so that we could use it to send email address. I mean to send email messages. Okay, so for those who haven't created any email accounts, a test email account, you have to create while I'm discussing, okay? So by the way, a pleasant afternoon to everybody. Let's start doing the third practical. And please download it. I gave it in the chat board. And I want you to design a window like this. And you're going to do it in the C#. Do you see my screen or not? You see my screen, right? Okay. So I want you to open your C#, I mean your Visual Studio. Start a new project. Okay, this time select C# and Windows Forms application. Rename it as SMTP practice. Okay, or SMTP, just simply as SMTP would do. Press OK. Please verify that in your desktop you were able to create a new folder which name is SMTP, and please verify that in your screen you have a window like this, a form. Okay, so I'll give you 10 minutes to design the interface, because I'm pretty sure you know already how to do this, right? Because we did many times in C# how to design the GUI. So I want you to design this interface in 10 minutes, and then you will go with the code. Okay? So let me minimize this so that I could move freely. So I have a form here. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing here. Is my screen clear? Is my screen clear?
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Did you download the PDF?
Yes.
So I suggest before you name your object, I mean your controls, you have to copy and paste so that designing is very fast for you. So just do the copy and pasting and then it will be fast. So I'll just copy this. I'll copy this one and paste it here. So it will be a little bit faster for me to do this. And then I'll call this one message. I just have to drag this down. So set this text box here after the message, call it a multi-line. I mean set it to multi-line. Make multi-line true to allow it to write multiple lines of message. And I'll put some buttons here. The first button is send. Then the second button is exit. So I'll now rename my objects, I mean the controls. So the first text box, the name is text sender email. TXT sender email. The second text box is TXT sender email. TXT sender name. Please remember, my friends, the name of the object should be exactly as it is written in the PDF, or else you'll be receiving error message later on. So I'm done with the design. Were you finished with the design? Please tell me if you're done. Everybody finished with the design? Okay, so Safa is here. Everybody finished the design so that we could start with the coding process? So the purpose of this practice is for you to be able to demonstrate how to send an email message to another email using your C#. So for your assignment 2, so please be ready with the second assignment. I want you to revise this code and I want you to include the ability to receive emails, the ability to receive emails from other email clients. So that would be your assignment 2. So be ready for that. Please let me know if you finished doing the GUI design so that we could move to the coding process. How many are doing the design? Please chat here in the chat board. How many were doing the design? So when you are done, please send a screenshot . The coding process. As you see, we have the controls here. We have text boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 text boxes, and we have 2 buttons here. The first button is send and the next button is exit. So basically we have here the sender email. So you have to type your email here and then the sender name, and here we have the receiver's email, and then we have here the subject. It's same when you write an email to your friends or to your classmate. You normally write their email address here and the subject of your email, and then here the body of your email. So in this exercise, we're only going to demonstrate how to send text messages, okay, or text email messages. We won't be able to perform attachments and other thing here. Only the basic sending of email. So let me explain to you the code line by line. So same thing, you will see the same code you're going to see at the top here. When you press this form, you will see the same set of libraries automatically imported by C#, and they are here on the manual. So there will be one special library that we need to import, and that would be the system.net email. So we have to copy this and place it in our code. Place it below. Normally what I'm doing, if you will notice, ladies and gentlemen, whenever I add a new import here, I put 1 space. I put 1 space to denote or to indicate that this is a new import. As I mentioned earlier, the moment you create a project in C#, C# will be importing to you some the default libraries for you to be able to run basic C# here. But for special cases or for special functionalities, you have to import additional libraries. In this example, since we want to use the SMTP protocol, or simply we want to send an email, so we use the SMTP protocol to send an email. Okay, so let's proceed to the code as shown in your activity manual. I have in here the following codes. So on the form load, we just have we want to change the caption of the form when it runs. So we want to display on the top of this form, instead of form 1, I want to display simple email app. So the as usual thing you are doing whenever you create an application, normally you want to put it in the center, right? So maybe you want to change the start position and change it to center screen. So the center screen here will enable you to run this application in the middle of the screen. So when I run it, you will see it says in here the caption was changed. It says simple email app. This was the effect of the code we added here, which is on the form load event of our application, the form will change its text on the top. Instead of form 1, it will become simple email app. Clear? So we made a function here. The name of the function is private void send email. Paste it here. It says private void send email. So basically, you know from the name of the method, this method will send email. So let us try to copy the codes line by line so that you will get it. So we have 4 variables here. We have 4 variables of the string family. All of them are string. The first one is sender email. Then the second one is sender name. The third one is the receiver email. And the last one is the mail subject. So if you will see, the value of this variable sender email came from the text box sender email here. Okay? So meaning from these text boxes to this variable. So it's very simple and plain, right? Plain and simple. Nothing special here. So again, from our text boxes, whatever you have typed here will be stored on this variable of a family of string. And then we have the try catch method here. The try catch. Let me just copy it until the bottom and I'll explain to you one by one. Try, just write it in here, inside, try. And then I have in here catch, exception, EX. Then we just have to do message box dot show x dot message. Okay. Now, so inside the try catch, this is a try catch block. So whatever we are typing in the middle, in between this opening and closing bracket here, will be run and tried. Okay, it will be tried. If there will be mistakes or errors, compilation error or bugs in your code, it will be stored on the variable ex, which is exception, a variable of type exception. So whatever exceptions we got in here, you have to remember, in C#, exception means code error, okay? So these code errors can be compilation, can be syntax error, or etc. Okay? So when you say exception, means error. So in this part, whatever error we're going to encounter in between this opening and closing bracket will be displayed in a form of message box. So you will see this message box to pop up whenever there will be mistakes or exceptions in your code in the middle of these brackets. Okay? So let me copy line by line here up to this. So we made an object which names mail from the class mail message. Okay? This mail message is coming from this library that we imported earlier. So the mail. So this mail message here is a class, and it has an object which is named mail. So you can name it to whatever variable you want. If you want to call it Anwar, it's fine. If you want to call it Lubna, it's also fine, okay? As long as you know how to name it later. Now, this mail here, this mail has properties in it, okay? Mail has properties, meaning it has from, it has to, it has priority. Mail.from means the sender and the sender name. So this mail from here has two parameters. The first parameter is the email of the sender and the name of the sender. If you will see, these are the values we took from the text boxes. Mail to here is the receiver's email. Again, this is the one we took from the text box receiver's email here. And then we set the mail priority into mail priority dot high, so that our email server will send our email and consider it with high priority. If we will put it with low priority, what happens is our email will be sent late if there are more important emails coming to the mail server. So in that case, our mails will be sent last in the network because it has low priority. But in this example, we set it into high priority. Now, another properties of the mail object is subject and body. Obviously, subject means what is the email all about, and basically the value of this text box which we transferred to the variable mail will be the argument, or will be the value to be placed on this mail.subject property. And then we have the mail.body. Obviously, this will be the content. This will be the content of the email that you're going to send. The text that you're going to type here will be the one to be sent in the mail. So just to put it in here, this will be the sender's email address and name. This one would be the receiver's email address. And then here we have the priority, mail priority. and then here would be subject of the mail. Then the body would be any message or any message that you want to send. Any question here so far? Is everything clear? Please answer me if everything is clear, so that I could move to the next code.
Doctor.
Yes, tell me please.
Doctor, I have a question about hi. I can just put it inside the diagram or design. Some option there.
You can, yes, you can. You can put here. You want here priority, right? You can put it, no problem. So you can put like, let's say for example, that's a very good question. Let's say for example here priority, right? You can put it in here, priority.
And I can take this.
Yes, you can like this.
Install there.
Yeah, you can put hi. Then call this OPT hi. You can call it OPT. The name of the text will be OPT hi. OPT hi, option hi. Okay. Then you can copy this and paste it also. The other one is yeah. So you can explore all the values here in the code by typing mail.priority equals mail priority dot high low normal, right? So this is normal. You can change this to normal. Okay, and then the other one is you can change it to low, right? Low. So you can do like this. So you can do like this. So if you want the priority to be changed, so you can put a space like this. Okay, for Anwar's example, if OPT close parenthesis here, if OPT high dot checked equals to true, then do like this. Sorry, not like this one. You can do like this. Sorry. So you can make an if statement here. So copy this, then paste it here. If you want this way, okay? Else if OPT normal, that's right, normal, no? Oh, so we didn't change the name, sorry. This is OPT normal, radio button, OPT normal, and this is OPT low, save it. So if OPT normal that checked, meaning we ticked equals true, then just copy this because I'm lazy, paste it, copy this one, copy that, paste it here, and make it dot normal. Then copy this, I'm lazy, Control Z. You have to remember, programming is copy paste as long as you know what to copy, okay? OPT low, check true, and then this one will become dot low. So this is what will happen on WARP, okay? So this is your choice, right? So it can be done like this. Clear?
Clear, Doctor.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, let's proceed to this part. Let me copy this up to this one, okay? And just copy everything. Then I'll explain to you line by line. Paste. Okay. So here we made mail, right? This time you're going to make an SMTP client. Okay, so SMTP client. So we made an object which name is SMTP, and SMTP, client is from the class SMTP client, and this client object has these attributes, okay, or properties. Host is smtp.gmail.com. So let me explain to you in the whiteboard. It should be like this. Okay, so where's my whiteboard? So we have our mail server. Okay, let me just undo it. I think it's better if I have a box. So I have a mail server. Okay, so let's call this the mail server. In this case, we will be using Google. Okay, in this example, we'll be using Google as our main server. So we will be using SMTP smtp.gmail.com. Okay, so this will be our server as indicated here. So the client port is 587. Okay, so please look at this, and then client enable SSO true to secure our email. Okay, client use default credentials equals false. Client credentials equals new system.net network credentials. Later I will explain this to you, but for the meantime, let me explain this one to you first. We will go to this later on. So we will be using gmail.com as our web server. So what we are doing is actually like this. So I am writing a C# here. Okay, I'm writing C#, and I'm going to send it on the mail server. Okay, and then if you have your Gmail here, let's say for example Anwar@gmail.com, he will be receiving emails here. Okay, so C# and then we'll send it to Anwar. Clear? So if you will see, our C# here is only sending, correct? It will be only sending. So what kind of protocol C# is using? POP or IMAP? From our previous discussion, if you remember, you have to remember, if Anwar is using let's say web version of his mail, and then what kind of protocol he is using. Let's say for example, we will be sending to Lubna's email, but Lubna is using the mobile app. Okay, so automatically Lubna will be using both POP and what? And IMAP, because Lubna will be storing the copy of the emails to her phone, but Anwar will be viewing the emails using a web browser, maybe Google Chrome. Okay, so he will be using one of the protocols. Same with the C# here. Our C# will not be saving or will not be storing any email on the local machine. Okay, no storing. So no storing is being made by C#. But for Anwar, he will be only viewing. Lubna, both viewing and saving. But our C# is only sending. Okay, So what protocol? Recall your code. So I'm now asking between which protocol now, which is using IMAP and POP. So we have here our C# app. This will be C#. So our C# here will be only doing sending only, okay? And Anwar here is using the web version. He's using the web version. Okay. So let me just write here Anwar. So he's using the web version. Okay. So using Google Chrome. So in this example, Anwar can send and receive. Okay, but not store because it's in the browser. Same here, send only but not store. So Lubna is using her mobile phone. So she's using her mobile app. She can send, receive, and store. So automatically Lubna will be using, she'll be using IMAP and POP. She will be using IMAP and POP. My question is, how about Anwar? What protocol he will be using? He's not storing, but he can receive and send.
IMAP, doctor.
IMAP. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
100%.
Yes, you are right. So Anwar will be using IMAP. How about this C# here that we wrote? Which protocol?
Same, doctor.
Yes, very good. Same. You'll be using IMAP. So you have to remember we'll be using smtp@gmail.com. So all conversation will be done through our mail server, okay? So it means that C# cannot send email directly to Anwar, okay? C# cannot send email directly to Lubna. Okay, so I forgot to write Lubna here. Sorry, dear. Lubna. Okay, so you have to remember that. So our C# application cannot send emails directly to these clients. Okay, so you have to remember all of us are clients here. So this one is a client. This one is a client. Okay. This one also is a client, and also this one is a client. So we cannot send directly, so we need the help of the mail server here. Clear? So if you want to use Yahoo Mail or let's say for example Hotmail, you can Google them in the internet. Let's say for example mail server settings for Gmail. So this one, okay. So it says for Google, IMAP, SMTP. Okay, you have both. So basically you'll be using smtp.gmail.com. okay, so if you want to send and receive email with for Gmail. For Yahoo is where is that one? I think last time I had it with me. This what do I call this one? This mail server configuration. Yeah, this one, smtp.mail.yahoo.com. if you want to use Yahoo, and then the port number is 465 with SSL. In our lab here, Gmail is using 587, right? So you have to remember, depending on your mail server, you have different configuration. How about for Hotmail? Let's say Outlook. For Outlook, let's see. For Outlook, so you will be using this eas.outlook.com, or you may use smtp-mail@outlook.com for outgoing. So you have two for incoming, one for outgoing. Then the port number for incoming is 993 for IMAP and 995 for POP. So this is a little bit complicated, but basically you can do it with the proper configuration using your manual. Okay, client.host, this one, client port 587, so on and so forth. So let me go with the code and explain to you some of the parts. Okay, so the clients now will be using credentials. That's why we use false here. Okay, we use default credentials, we use false here, but instead we're going to write our emails. Okay, so in this case we will be sending email to other clients using our email address. So that's why you have to write it here, your sender email address, and then your password here, your password in your Gmail account. Okay, so in this case you have to replace this with your actual email in your Gmail account. Okay, and then client delivery method would be SMTP delivery method via the network, and then client send mail, and then if it's successful it should say message sent. If there is a mistake, it will say error. Okay, so I made a test email in my Gmail, but I forgot the password. I don't remember my password, but let me just try if I could open it. Edge, gmail.com. I forgot my password, I think. No thanks. So I made an email which is drferdy@gmail.com. Let me just write it in the notepad first. drferdy@gmail.com. But I forget my password for this. This is the problem. Let me just try. Let me sign out and let me log in. Yeah, I still remember it. So the password for that test email is here. Please don't hack my email address, okay? It's only for the sample, okay? So this is the password. So this is my email. Then I have to put this password here, as I've told you. Okay, you have to put it in here, paste. This is your password for your email. And then this is my email address. So what will happen now is, look at this. It will give an error because we have to change the security settings. Later I'll explain to you what is that. Okay. So let me go with here. Sender email is this one. Let's make it high. Let's say I will send to ferdycanlas@gmail.com. No, sorry. Control X. So sender's name is Dr. F. Subject hello, and then here I'll write hello. If you will see, when I send, Gmail will be giving me an sorry. We haven't called the method, so we have to call the method first. So here we have to call the method send email, send mail. Sorry, I forgot to call the methods. And then here exit application dot close that exit. Okay, like this. So again, let me repeat. So this is the email, copy, paste, hi, send the name Dr. F. Receiver's email would be my email, ferdycanlas@gmail.com. Subject is hello. By the way, can you read it? Okay, and then I'll be saying here hello. So you will notice when I send the message, it will give me an error message. It says the SMTP server requires secure connection or the client was not authenticated. The server response was 5.70 authentication required. Learn more at blah blah blah. So this is the error that we've got. Because nowadays Google is not allowing sending from desktop application. Okay, so you have to provide special permission for your app to use your email address or your email credential. So what do you need to do, gentlemen and ladies, is you have to go to your Gmail account, go here, and then I think you have to go here at F, this one here, and then go manage your account, and then go to security. Then after this, you will see something like it says less secure app access. This less secure app access. So you will see it says off, right? So for the meantime, for the sake of this practice, you have to turn on the access. So turn on to make it on. Okay? So after turning it to on, it's done. It's on now. Try to send email again with your app and see if it will work. I'll just paste it in here, paste drferdy@gmail.com. Then I'll write in here sender name would be ferdycanlas@gmail.com. Okay, priority is high. Receivers, sorry, this one, Control X, I'll put it in here. Sender's name is Dr. F. Subject, testing from C#. So then I'll send a message here. This is a test email from C#. So if it's successful, it should send it it should say message sent if it is successful. So to verify that, let me go to my Gmail account. And then I should see it. Why did I not receive it? I should receive it, right? Okay, no problem. Let me go with the inbox. Why did I not receive it? It was sent, right? drferdy@gmail.com. Receiver's email is ferdycanlas@gmail. Sorry. .com. And then let's send it again. Okay. Why am I not receiving anything from my other email? I should receive because I sent it to my other email. Let me just check it back. Unless and otherwise Google has changed again its policy and totally blocked this sending. So let me just check. Receiver's email is ferdycanlas@gmail.com. drferdy@gmail.com. Sender name is Dr. F. Testing from C. This test email. Let me just check my code. Might be doing something wrong here. Hello, hi. Sender email, sender email, receiver email. I'm wrong here. This should be txt receiver email. I have a mistake in my code. Have you checked it? I think when I check this email I received, I sent it to myself because I had a mistake with my code. So it says it's a test email from Dr. F. So I made a mistake with my code because instead of writing here receiver's email, I put the sender's email. So please change this. Receiver email should be from txt receiver's email. So I made a mistake on that. Sorry. So let me just delete this and repeat the code, run it again. So I should receive something from my Gmail account. So again, copy this, paste it here, sender's name, Dr. F, and then receiver's name, email, ferdycanlas@gmail.com. Let me write this is it, and is it, and it should run. Test email from C#. Sorry for the mistakes. So hi again, send. It should says Dr. Ferdy, wrong spelling, E, ferdycanlas@gmail.com, send. Message sent. Let me check it once again. Yeah, so this time I receive it. It says this is it, and it should run. Test email from C#. Sorry for the mistakes, from Dr. F. So that's the end of it. So you need to change your Gmail settings in order for you to send email using your apps. So when you're done doing this exercise, you can now turn it off. Okay? So I want you to send email to me now before we end up. We still have 10 minutes. So I want you to send email using your C#. Please send this to me in this one. Just write this one, introduce yourselves and say test email from C#. Okay, so please send email now to me. I will check if it's running, if you did it right. Send email to this, drfreddy@gmail.com. Then test email from C#. Okay? So I'll expect it. Get this one and send a test email. Let me just correct the manual. I made a mistake on that one. So this one should be this one, text receiver, txt receiver email. This one should be text receiver email. Okay, please do it and show me your result by sending me email. Okay. So Anwar's question is, we will use IMAP, doctor? No needs, because your C# will determine automatically if you will use IMAP or POP3. It will determine it. It will detect it automatically. No need to worry about it. Yes, Ali. The manual was uploaded earlier. I will re-upload it. Don't you worry, because I corrected it. So if you did it right, please send email to me using your C# application. Let me see if you were successful. So up to the moment, nobody sent an email to drfreddy@gmail.com from here. Okay. Send here. Is everything clear? Anything you want to ask? This one, dear Rukaya. This one. So just send email to me until evening, and I'll tell you if you were able to send it to me or not.